Very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, care for children is more than rhetoric and more than a lapel pin, Mr. Minister. The Minister of Human Services took advantage of his news conference today to berate the news media for their coverage of the plight of children in the care of his government. Clearly, the Minister is attempting to intimidate news media into looking the other way while his government continues to reduce investigations into the deaths of children in care and fails to ensure that recommendations to protect those children are implemented. To the Minister, how does muzzling the media from...
The Honourable Minister, who may pick up on that, please.
Mr. Speaker, I think the honourable member must have missed the news conference, because I didn't berate the media. What we did was we brought together a number of people who were concerned that their voices were not being heard, people who called us and said that they wanted to be heard on this issue, and we called a news conference so that they could be heard. One of the members there took a very strong swipe at the media for the rather disgusting cartoon that was in the Journal the other day. But other than that, there was actually respect put it forward from a number of members, including myself, about the fact that this issue is in the public for discussion where it should be.
Honourable members, first up.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. Earlier today, the Minister of Human Services said the following, quote, "People know that children die, and they die in care." It seems that this minister considers the deaths of children in his government's care to be routine and something that should be ignored by the media and the public. To the Minister of Human Services, how does this callous attitude to the deaths of children help those children currently in government care?
Mr. Speaker, I don't think there's anyone who knows me who would consider me to be callous about the death of a child or children in care. What I basically said was that we're dealing with, and it wasn't just my words, it was others who were there, basically saying we're dealing in the child welfare system with children who have challenges and families who have challenges. We're dealing with the most difficult of circumstances. And the caregivers and the social workers and the foster parents are dealing sometimes with children that they take into care and they know are going to die. And children do die. We need to learn from every death and every circumstance, but I'm not callous about it, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable member.
How will we learn, Mr. Speaker, if all deaths of children are not investigated? The minister also told media that he's not going to interfere with the system based on something he read in the newspaper. Given that it took the media to do the research that this minister should have done himself years ago, will the minister tell the House why he is ignoring the plight of children who are suffering and dying in government care?
Mr. Speaker, every day, this minister, the people who work in the Human Services Department, the people who work in the Department of Health and other departments in government, education and others, work to help create better opportunities for children in this province. Some of those children are in dire situations. Some of those children come from places where they don't get the supports that they need. They don't get the love they need, they don't have the stable home that they need, and there are challenges. And there are people, there are Albertans who step up to that every day. This minister does, this government does, and Albertans do.